Royals baseball is presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Tonight from Arlington, we begin a 4-game series between the Royals and the Texas Rangers. Hi, everybody. Steve Physiak, Rex Hudler with you. The Royals might be a little weary. They got in at 6 o'clock in the morning after that long game in Detroit. But one guy who is well-rested flew in on Sunday, and that is tonight's starting pitcher, Danny Duffy.
Just give him a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, Fizz. These guys are young, they're resilient, and they can't wait to play ball. Are you kidding? And Duffy, he can't wait to get the ball from Ned. At his last outing, he says, you know what, Ned, sorry about that. I did your bullpen wrong. But this time, I'm going to try to eat up some innings and keep it down. And if I don't have my best stuff, I'll learn how to stay in the game.
And Danny is much better away from the K anyway.
That's right. Look, it doesn't really matter where these guys play, Fizz. They're on a mission. I heard that they were upset they didn't sweep the Tigers. This is a team on a mission, and they know every single win is important.
And their offense will help out Danny Duffy. Right now, it is #1 in the American League by almost 20 points over second-place Detroit. It's the Royals and the Texas Rangers coming your way next. Revolves around you. Call 1-800-PICK-ATT. By your Kansas City Chevy dealers. Visit your Chevy dealer today for great prices on all our new 2015 vehicles. And by Missouri Lottery. Every ticket you play gives back to schools across Missouri. So play it forward with the Missouri Lottery. We come to you from Arlington, Texas, Globe Life Park. Our third man in the field, of course, is Joe Goldberg.
And Fizz, the Royals, they are awake at this point. I can promise you that. Almost like a couple of years ago, that really early morning game that ended in St. Louis, and then they came here to Texas. Same thing last night, landed a little after 5, but they're ready to go.
Won a series on the road against a division opponent, so that's energizing. But we got to continue playing good baseball, and all the guys in here have been around long enough to know what they need to do to prepare to win tonight, and that's what we're going to do.
Guy's interesting to watch because it's almost like when you wake up out of bed, takes a little while to get going. There was no BP this afternoon. Quiet in the clubhouse, and then you can start to see the energy. And looking at all the guys in the dugout right now on the top step, ready to go. The energy is back. Forget about last night. They're ready to move on to the start of the series.
And there is Ned Yost, and Rex, we talked to him before the ball game about the true grit mentality of the club in that victory over Detroit last night. His lineup: Escobar will lead things off. Mike Moustakas, great to see him back from the bereavement list. He was gone from the Detroit series, back home in Southern California. Lorenzo Cain will go third, and Eric Hosmer cleaning things up, followed by Kendrys Morales, Alex Gordon, Salvador Perez, and Omar Infante. He got the sacrifice fly that produced the game-winning hit last night. And then it will be Gerard Dyson facing Colby Lewis.
Colby Lewis, a big guy, 6'4", 245. He's not overpowering as he might look, though. He might go 88 to 90, maybe a couple of pitches above 92, but he's more of a finesse pitcher. Slider, curveball, and a changeup is what they'll use against the Royals.
And the Rangers defense, minus 12 defensive runs saved. That's 25th. The Royals are #1 in all of baseball.
Some speed out there. Martin in center and DeShields really won't run well. This ballpark carries really good. You can hit homers here.
Here is Alcides Escobar, who goes after the first pitch and lifts it to right field. Shin Soo Choo under it. He will make the catch. And Escobar trying to attack Lewis, much like he did Anibal Sanchez in the first pitch on Saturday. And he sent a home run to left. And the Royals went on to win that game 6-2.
He ambushed him. And he tried again here, and that's the right idea. Right field, the ball really seems to carry here at Globe Life Park. Globe Life Park is what they call it this year.
Well, Moose is back, and he has hit the ball well this year to the tune of a .327 average, 3 home runs, 10 RBIs. Lewis will be a very aggressive pitcher, and he's a veteran, Rex, now 36 years of age. Big guy, 6'4", 245, but like you said, he doesn't overpower you.
Nope, he's going to have to hit his spots. And if he's not down, he should be highly flammable. Righties, he's held to a 197 2 home run average. Left-handers 263 1 home run. So he's given up 3 home runs, 2 to righties and 1 to lefties so far.
Fouled back.
We'll show you a little bit about his arsenal and what he'll be featuring to the Royals tonight. Fastball. Most pitchers have to establish the fastball to get to their secondary pitches to fool the hitters the way they want to.
Moose pulls it to the right side. Tommy Field. This is his first start as a Texas Ranger, just called up today as Odor was sent down to the minor leagues.
Yeah, Odor, he's their future, but he just wasn't quite ready. He came out last season, Odor did, and he really was flashy. He got some big hits, made some really good defensive plays, but not enough minor league service. He needs a little bit more time, more seasoning, so they sent him out.
Yeah, they've had some problems with some dynamic middle infield talent. Jurickson Profar gone for the year because of an injury, and now Odor has not come through, and he's down in the minors, and Tommy Field gets the call. Now Lorenzo Cain for the Royals, and he swings and misses. Rex, what is this like to get in at 6 a.m., no batting practice? The one concern of Ned Yost was to make sure everybody got a lot of sleep.
And they did. They had plenty of time. There was no batting practice on the field. Last bus was at 4. However, most of the players were already at the ballpark and weren't on that last bus. So they're ready to go, Fizz. It's a reaction game, and it's muscle memory. These guys all know what's going on, and they just get out there and get loose and play.
Colby Lewis looks sharp early, gets Escobar in one pitch, and then a couple of ground ball outs with Moose and Cain, and we'll see Danny Duffy when we come back.
The league knew about him. Here he is. He spent all of his career in the National League, and he gets his first managerial opportunity with an American League club. Former catcher.
Our Kia starting pitcher, Danny Duffy, his record 2-1 with a 4.55 ERA, coming off his shortest non-injury start of his career, going only 1+ innings as he threw 45 pitches and gave up 4 runs in a 10-3 loss to Cleveland.
But never could find the groove. His mechanics wouldn't let him. He wasn't able to repeat his delivery, and hopefully everything's under control here in this start. If one thing he learned, and he's going to start learning, is when you don't have your best stuff, you've got to be able to find a way to compete and to stay in the game at least 5 innings and 6 innings and grind it out. And that's one thing that he wasn't able to do in his last start, but if it happens again, he'll have to find a way.
Because he really taxed the bullpen, only going 1 inning. The pen went 8 innings. They threw 17 innings in that series against Cleveland last week. Shin Soo Choo takes it high. He has a good eye. I mean, a couple of years ago with the Cincinnati Reds, he walked 112 times, then signed the big deal with Texas, but really has not shown the same numbers as he displayed in both Cleveland and Cincinnati.
We're seeing some unusually high numbers for Danny Duffy against batters. Righties are hitting .315 with 2 homers, lefties .308 with no homers. And they're hitting his fastball. That's the pitch. Last season, opponents only hit his fastball at a .205 clip. This year, they're hitting .406 off of Duffy's fastball. So he's going to have to establish that if he can, keep it on the down on the corners, and mix in his nice breaking ball and his changeup. He's got to have that changeup against righties.
The 3-2 pitch, and Chu swings and foul tips it into the glove of Salvador Perez. So Duffy gets the first out by way of strikes. Our Ford around the horn shows you Mike Moustakas. Good to have him back in the hot corner.
Sure is. He can save runs just as well as anybody else out there. Great defense. Glad to have Moose back. Moose's name was introduced, and we heard some Moose calls here in Texas. Hey, Kate challenged him. 4-seamer. That's what you do. 3-2. You don't want to walk the first guy. He just let it loose on him.
Now Elvis Andrus, who's been going through a little bit of a slide himself. Just 6 hits his last 30 at bats. That's seen his average drop to .222. And he's one of the league's better shortstops. Lines that one sharply into left field for a base hit. That likely will be 2. And Gordon plays it off the wall, and Elvis stops at second base.
And he was able to pull that double. Able to get around on that Duffy fastball that came in on him. He was ready for it. So Elvis sitting up right down the middle, and it was in, and he turned. 95. Texas Rangers as a team are hitting just .217 with runners in scoring position so far this season. Now their best hitter is up right now in that department, and that's Prince Fielder, who's hitting .414 with runners in scoring position.
But only 14 RBIs this year. He's been more of a singles hitter this year and going a lot to the opposite field. They want to see him pull the ball more because there's that short porch in right. And he goes to left and rather deep. Gordon back near the wall is there and makes the catch. And Andrus, who is halfway to third, retreats to second.
Alex got an excellent jump out there in left field. He's able to get back and track it right before it got to the wall. See him, he looks where he is once. Andrus, the runner at second base, did the right thing. He's already in scoring position. He could have easily went over there to second and tagged and went to third, but if somehow Alex dropped the ball, he wouldn't be able to score. So you got to be able to score on that. He did the right thing. He went over halfway.
Now Adrian Beltre. And listening to Adrian after last night's 2-1 victory over the Tampa Bay Rays, he talked about him not doing his part, that he needs to step up. He said, I am one of the offensive forces on this team, and I've got to do my part. But right now he's only hitting .236, 3 home runs, and this is a guy with 398 home runs in his great career. How about that, Hud? Duffy drops it in, and did you see Beltre do that little dance at home plate? We saw him do that last year, and this guy absolutely loves to play the game.
Obviously,
has fun.
Yeah, he's in that league with Cabrera. Cabrera, those guys, they really enjoy being out there and competing.
Time called. Let's take a look at our T-Mobile game changer in 2015. Beltre, these are games ranked as a third baseman. Games played, third overall, base hits, over 2,500 there. And 374 of his 398 home runs have come at third, the others at DH.
And when he got fooled here, we call that a jelly legger. But usually you just jelly leg that front leg. He wiggled both of them.
Ooh. And that one got away from Duffy. That was like that game at the K last Wednesday, where he just could not throw the ball where he wanted to. And Ned Yost recognized it quickly and got him out in the second inning. Two-one is inside. 3 balls and 1 strike. You have Kyle Blanks next. Way inside, and Duffy very wild in this duel with Beltre. And now he must battle, Hud, with a guy who's one of the biggest offensive talents in baseball.
Yeah, Duffy acted like he didn't want to even pitch to Beltre with that fastball.
And with Kyle Blanks, I'm not talking about his offensive numbers. I'm talking about his size. He is 6'6", 265 pounds. That's like Dave Kingman size.
Yep, you gotta love throwing to him at first base. What a target. Infielders on the left side love that.
He's been hot of late, hitting .325 in the month of May to get that average over 300. Blanks muscles it up. Gordon at the wall, reaches up and barely has enough room to pull it down. And Danny goes, wow, I've got to get my balls down from after a couple of long flies by Fielder and Blanks.
No problem. We got gold sprinkled out there. Whew.
An easy 1-2-3 first. Now will face Eric Hosmer and starts him off with a good breaking ball for strike one. Oz with a .320 average, hitting .342 in May. And a lot of extra base hits this month. And he fouls that one at the plate. Lewis is a strike thrower. He's allowed just one run over the last 15 innings in his last 2+ starts. And lowered his ERA from 3.75 to 2.61, ninth lowest in the American League.
Hitters like facing guys like him. You got to zone him, though. You got to put him in a certain zone that you're looking in. If any of his 4 or 5 pitches get in that zone, that's when you turn on him. He's not a fastball guy you're going to sit dead red.
And he'll change speeds on his fastball. We've seen it range from 84 to 88, and he'll cut it, give it a little more movement. The guy mishits, and we saw that in the first inning when Moustakas and Kane both grounded out softly to the second baseman field. And now Colby Lewis comes down and in on Hosmer and strikes him out. Let's check out our AT&T Uverse Rewind. It's about last night's true grit victory by Kansas City and Greg Holland.
Well, he finally found a way. That was a beautiful double play they rolled late. And, 30 pitches, I would say that is in the category of a nervous save. But Holland doesn't get nervous out there. Just some of us fans did.
I thought Salvador Perez did an absolutely sensational job catching last night. Rex, the passion that he displayed when he took off his mask and he pointed out to Christian Colon and he said, "Be calm if the ball comes to you." And the ball came to Christian Colon, just like you say, first man sure, second man quick. Colon was just sure that he threw a strike to Perez, but just the passion that was displayed by Perez, and then the will of Greg Holland. I mean, to throw a slider on a 3-1 count with the bases loaded. And then he eventually got the slider to strike out Cespedes and end the game. And Morales lies out here, and there are 2 quick outs in the second inning.
Salvador Perez, he's grown immensely over the years, just like some of his teammates have. They all have gotten more mature, but they realize what they're in this game for. And that's to get to postseason and win as many of them as you can and delight that Kansas City Royals crowd.
When Cleveland was in town last week, you and I talked to Terry Francona, their skipper, and they are off to a really tough start. Here is Alex Gordon, and we'll have to finish this conversation on the other side of the second inning as the catch is made. We have no score going to the bottom of number 2 here in Texas.
weekends, and soon Rangers fans will be seeing Josh Hamilton. University of Kansas Hospital injury report, and we see last night in his rehab assignment 1 for 3. Going to still take a little bit of time on the 15-day DL, but they're hopeful as he bounces back from right shoulder surgery that later this month they could see Josh Hamilton. And I think, guys, most importantly, there's a feeling here in Texas that he did some good things here, not just on the field, but was able to lead a good life off of the field with the support here in the Rangers. Not necessarily sure that was what he was given in Los Angeles, and so they really have opened the locker room and welcomed him back. Remember, he didn't even have a locker there for him on opening day in Los Angeles. So hopefully for Josh Hamilton and the Rangers, this will be a good part 2.
And Joel, they don't expect him to get back to his glory days like winning the American League MVP in 2010. He's a little later in his career for that. But if they can get some kind of offense and stability for this offense and protection for a guy like Adrian Beltre and Prince Fielder, well, then they might find some success. But currently they're 13-18 and dead last in batting in the American League at .224.
Oh, they can use him.
Here is Robinson Chirinos. He launches this one foul.
Watch out up there. That ball was whistled in the middle deck here.
Well, they're sitting on Duffy's fastball right now because he has not shown good command with the curve or the change. So they're just sitting dead red. And unless he can locate that down, and he's gotten too many pitches up. 2 were almost blasted out in the last inning, one by Fielder, one by Blanks. But Gordon hauled him down at the wall.
I tell you, that last one would have really hurt. But Duffy having some command issues. Not looking comfortable.
Chirinos, 183 average with a couple of home runs this year. And again, a fastball up and just driven well foul. But you can see where Salvador Perez is placing his glove. He wants it down around the knees or below. But now a 3-2 count. They want to simply be aggressive. Salvi wants it in. And it's a little bit low. Second walk by Duffy. Fans, you can join us for a salute to the Negro Leagues brunch prior to the Royals game this Sunday for just $25. The brunch voucher will get you access to an exclusive event complete with live jazz music, full brunch buffet, a custom pair of Monarchs and Royal socks, and a $5 donation is made to the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum. Keep in mind, your voucher does not grant you access to the game. Visit Royals.com/NLBM to reserve your spot today.
Where do I get a set of socks like those?
Awesome.
That 3-2 pitch to Chirinos looked really good, but when you don't have as much command, the home plate umpire knows that. He's not going to give you those borderline pitches as regularly as if you were throwing strikes.
He has fallen behind Martin. 2 balls and no strikes. And Rex, when you look at Danny Duffy's delivery, it is not the smooth kind of delivery of a Jason Vargas. So if he loses his mechanics or his release point, it could take him a while to get it back. And he is 3-0.
What he's battling is he's overthrowing. He just is throwing the ball. He's not pitching. He's just getting back there and throwing it. And his front side's leaking. His shoulder's pulling off, and he's just not able to repeat the strike one delivery. He's got to get ahead of guys.
We talked about Danny Duffy in the open, and our Toyota League leaders show the Royals have the lowest ERA on the road this year at 3.07. They are again first in the American League and earned run average at 3.23 overall. Just jumping ahead of the New York Yankees with their 1-run allowed performance last night in 10 innings. And there is walk number 3 in the game. And here comes Dave Island. Well, Danny said that Dave last year really got his mind where it needed to be, and one of the things that Dave told him was, you're better at 92 to 94 than you are at 97. And he said, I want you down through every pitch. Let it go, but don't overthrow.
Yep, wants to follow through and finish out over the rubber and out over your front side. But Dave Island just said, hey, look, throw some low strikes here. We'll get this young hitter grounding into a double play. That's what they want here.
I mean, the game before that last start where he worked just one inning against Cleveland was outstanding against one of the top offenses in Detroit. 7 innings, allowing just 1 run and an 8-1 KC victory. That quickly he's been out of sorts. And he almost hits Tommy Field in the first pitch, and this is a guy who was just called up from the minor leagues today. Was hitting .298 at Round Rock with 5 home runs and 13 driven in. But you see, he did have some major league time with Colorado and the Angels. Way inside, almost hit him, and it's 2 balls and no strike.
Yep, this is a bunting situation. However, Bannister, the new Rangers manager, he sees what's going on here, and he's just going to let Duffy continue to be wild in the zone. Thomas Field's a good shortstop, second base, kind of a utility type player.
A strike across, and it's a 2-1 count. Well, we saw the Royals work out of 2 wicked jams last night, one in the 9th. Jason Frazier, bases loaded, got out of a jam, and then Greg Holland did even better, bases loaded, nobody out. 3-1. And Ned does not want to go to the bullpen this early. He knows they've been overworked recently, even though the starting pitcher went 19 1/3 innings in Detroit after only 10 innings in the 3-game series against Cleveland. A strike, and it is 3-2.
And that's the best pitch he's thrown outside of the strikeout to the first batter since Chu. So let's see if he can repeat that. Try to do it again here.
Field flips it foul as Duffy again comes back with the fastball at 95. He's already needed 33 pitches to get just 3 outs. He continues to throw that fastball in the mid-90s, and Field continues to foul it off.
And that's what he'll keep doing until hopefully Duffy can find some command with his secondary pitches.
Tommy grew up in Texas, went to Waco Midway High School and then Texas State in San Marcos. Ball 4, and the bases are loaded. So 1 walk in the first and 3 here in the second.
When you're not repeating your mechanics, your lower half gets out ahead of your upper half, and then when you make that adjustment, what's been happening is he's been getting out in front with his upper half, and his lower half's behind. So he's just battling the command issues. He's fighting his mechanics. Dave Island can say all he wants to say to him, but Duffy's got to make the adjustment. Stay down low. It's a speedy runner. It'll be tough to double up.
Ball 1. And then you start thinking about it, you start aiming it, and they start squaring up the baseball. DeShields takes a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Duffy, we told you, the most well-rested Royal. He flew early on Sunday because he was going to be the starting pitcher on Monday. Everybody else got in at 6. And DeShields takes it low and in. 2 balls and 1 strike.
They're not going to swing at anything but the fastball.
I remember a game he had in St. Louis last year, and he mainly was throwing his fastball, but he was locating it so well on both sides of the plate and down. The pitch, DeShields sends it foul, and now the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That's fastball command. You know, major league pitchers especially. That's what you have, or you wouldn't be here. But for Duffy, for some reason, he's been fighting himself. It's more mental maybe than physical.
The 2-2 again fought off by DeShields. And Delino was Houston's first-round pick in 2010, but they did not protect him when he was drafted in the Rule 5 draft this year. They did not put him on the 40-man roster, and selected by Texas. And they're thinking that Delino, he just might be one of those guys that matures late.
It's another borderline pitch he didn't get.
And then DeShields rips it into the left field corner. This will score at least 2, quite possibly 3. It will clear the no. They're going to hold the runner at third. I thought they were going to send Tommy Field, but they hold him at third because nobody was out, and DeShields with 2 RBIs, and it's a 2-0 game.
That's what happens when you can't get any secondary pitches over. They're just going to sit on that fastball, and DeShields got one. He got it too. It was right in the middle and up.
You know, and I wonder, Rex, if Ned Yost, I just took a look at him sitting on the bench saying this might be a learning experience for Danny Duffy. He doesn't have anybody up in the bullpen, Johan Pino, and he's saying, Danny, you gave us only 1 inning in your last start. You have to do better than that.
Talking with Dave Island before the game, he said he's learning how to pitch when he doesn't have command, doesn't have his best stuff. He's going to have to suck it up and wear it and go out there and just try to do the best he can to keep the ball down in the zone. It's part of the maturation process of a pitcher. And Duffy, he's just in his 2nd full year, and there's a fastball.
A wild pitch will score the 3rd run, and Texas has the early lead.
That's a wild pitch. Everything's wild. The last thing that they wanted to see today. I mean, Salvi's lucky to even touch it with his glove.
Chu takes a swing at a heater and fouls it back. Shin struck out swinging his first time up. Duffy was able to work out of trouble in the 1st inning. Not so fortunate in the 2nd inning. Royals do have the infield in. DeShields got the double to drive in 2. Now he's at third after the wild pitch.
Almost clipped him there.
47 pitches, not yet through 2 innings.
Just a little bit overthrown. That shoulder's flying out.
Chu rips it up the middle. DeShields will score, and it's now 4-0 Texas. Still nobody up in that Royal bullpen. I thought Johan Pino would be selected, and this is awfully frustrating for Ned Yost. He told us he finally got to bed at 7 o'clock in the morning, woke up at 9, and arrived at the ballpark around noon to prepare for this game. And he canceled batting practice because the team got in so early this morning at 6 a.m. They did have batting practice in the cages for the starters at 5:30, for the extra guys at 6 o'clock. Now Elvis Andrus.
Andrus, 26 years old. He already has his 7th year in the big leagues. He's a 2-time All-Star. And he's awfully young to have 7 years in it. The Rangers, they found his talent. And they've locked him up to a long-term deal.
Pickoff play with Chu, who's yet to steal a base this year, did show good speed with Cleveland and the Cincinnati Reds, and he usually was in double figures in stolen bases with those two ball clubs. The 35th pitch of the inning on the way, and it's outside, and he has yet to get an out.
That was. He took a little something off there.
And I'm sure Danny's asking the question, where's the guy that threw last year that had a 2.5 ERA in 31 games, almost 150 innings? Well, he has walked his 4th man in this inning.
Look at Ned. It's just painful to watch this. He's saying, what are we going to do?
And you have a team that's flat exhausted, Hud, and they're standing around for a good half hour. And so Dave Island's finally going to go to the bullpen phone and say, I think Johan Pino.
Yeah. It's, you saw Ned just put his hands in there. What are we going to do? I mean, it's painful to see.
And it is Johan Pino who will start to warm up. The Royals do have a weary pen. 4 innings last night, 3 on Friday, and we told you about that Cleveland series where they had a 17-inning workload in 3 games. The batter will be Prince Fielder with 2 on and nobody out here in the 2nd inning. Strike 1.
He'd love to get a little double play ball here. That'd really help him.
And foul off. And Danny, added 15 pounds in the offseason. He's up to 210 pounds. And he said, Rex, that he wanted to help his durability. Plus, he wanted to get more of his body behind the ball so he doesn't fly open so much. Is he flying open a lot early here?
Obviously. From his last start to this start, he looks like the same guy. Not confident and tentative, overthrowing. And his body's behind him and his shoulder's flying open. He's not able to keep that shoulder straight downhill towards the catcher.
I mean, the velocity on his fastball is good. The break on his slider is good, but he just cannot command those pitches. And now a fly ball struck to left field, and Alex Gordon has it Drop foul. Just barely.
That's the best thing that's happened to Duffy so far, because that ball, it could have very easily hit some chalk in it. Just missed. Alex had to pull up. He knew he had no chance. And just off the chalk.
Man, we're talking like a half inch.
Yeah, any part of the chalk, it's fair. There's a break for him.
Two on, nobody out, and 4 runs in. Duffy searching for an out. To left field, and again foul. Nice catch down the line. A young man just beyond the tarp with his hat.
Yeah, used his hat nicely there. Good position, leaning over, not getting too far over. Did lose his sunglasses.
Did you see that fan yesterday who caught a pretty good line drive barehanded with a baby on his chest?
I did. That was pretty good.
And I'm told by a Philadelphia guy, Joe Libero, who happens to be our producer, that it happened in Philadelphia. Of course. Everything good happens in Philadelphia.
That's right.
Everything better happens in Kansas City.
There you go.
Good pitch by Danny as he threw that breaking ball exactly where he wanted it and got Fielder to swing over the top for the first out of the second inning.
There it was, good spot. Got him off balance. See if we can keep that command.
Now Beltre walked his first time up. And he takes strike 1.
See if Duffy can get back into a rhythm here. Down in the strike zone. Use the defense. There you go.
Ground ball short. Escobar 1. That's all they'll get. Esky kind of bobbled the baseball as it kind of rolled up his glove. But Rex, sometimes that happens when a pitcher is struggling with his command, the focus. You're a little flat-footed at times.
You're exactly right. You walk in the park like that, your guys are out there, they're really not exactly sharp as they can be. Escobar just couldn't quite get it out of his glove. By the time he got it over to Infante, Anderson was on top of him. He couldn't get the throw off to complete the double play.
Now Blanks, who flied out to deep left field last time up. Duffy comes inside for ball 1.
He hit that ball a mile high. I thought it had enough distance. But Alex was right there at the warning track. Didn't have to jump up. That would have been a 3-run homer.
Well, he gets under it again, and Alex back to the wall again and still has room. And Blanks is hitting those moonshots just not far enough. And Duffy with a wild second inning. Texas fans, you can enjoy one-of-a-kind experiences at the K with our Royals Memories program. A variety of on-the-field opportunities are available for purchase each game exclusively through the MLB.com ballpark app. Play catch in the outfield, take in summer fireworks in the field, and many more exciting experiences are available. Simply download the ballpark app, pick upgrades, and select a once-in-a-lifetime experience you'll cherish forever. Colby Lewis will face the Royals' Salvador Perez, Omar Infante, and Gerard Dyson, while he has faced the minimum. Danny Duffy has faced 14 in his first 2 innings. He's walked 5 and 3 scored. Good breaking ball, and that had Salvi reaching for it. 1-2.
This is the spot where Salvi really flourishes. He's hitting .455 when he leads off an inning. Colby Lewis, he's a veteran guy, should be able to hold a 4-run lead. Gets ahead of hitters, then he tries to tease you with pitches out of the zone. The whole key is getting ahead.
Look at that great breaking ball, and he throws it where he wants to, low and away, and it looks tempting, like it's going to be a strike, and then drifts wide of the mark, and you swing over the top.
Perfect spot.
When you look at Colby Lewis, and really he is as good as he's ever been, and he had that hip resurfacing a couple of years ago and was adjusting to the no pain and a longer stride, and he said it threw off his command early, and that's why he had a dreadful 2014 with an 0-2 record and a 5.5 ERA in only 2 games, and then missed the rest of the year because of the hip injury and surgery. Fly ball struck to the right center side. Shin Soo Choo with the catch.
Yep, Colby Lewis at one time, like most veterans, threw in the mid-90s, but he's figured out how to pitch and how to locate his stuff. What we're witnessing in this game tonight is a guy who's got his stuff, and Duffy who doesn't.
And Rex, he's a little like you, where you struggled a little bit in your early stages of your major league career. Then you went over to Japan, and you really had success over there. Colby Lewis did it as a pitcher and found his success with the Hiroshima Carp in Japan in 2008 and 2009. Came back, and that's when he became a much better pitcher in the major leagues.
There's a lot of things you can learn anywhere, but especially when you're in a different country.
Dyson smokes one, but picked off by Blanks, who makes a fine play, and that's 9 up, 9 down for Lewis. Texas with the 4-0 lead. Rapid pickup at delivery.panerabread.com. By Menards, save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. And by Chrysler, come discover great deals at the Chrysler Drive and Discover event. Steve Pizziot, Rex Heather, Joe Goldberg with you. Danny Duffy searching for his command, has walked 5 early, 3 have scored, and threw 48 pitches in a very difficult second inning. 64 total in the game, and he will face the same trio that he faced to open the second. Chirinos, Martin, and Field, and all 3 walk. Ball 1. There's a strike of the outside corner with an off-speed pitch.
For his changeup for a strike. There you go.
Yeah, Bert Blyleven told me when he was struggling with his command, he always went back to his curveball, not his fastball. And he said, if I could locate my curveball, then the fastball just seemed to slide in with it. And there's that slider, almost hit Chirinos in the back foot.
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes if you can work your secondary pitches for strikes, then that'll keep that hitter off the fastball a little bit, and then next thing you know, you bring that fastball in on him and surprise him. Duffy's just kind of throw strikes. Get some early countouts.
Overthrew that fastball. And that is ball 4, so 6 walks in this game. Johan Pino was up late in that second inning. I don't see him throwing down to the bullpen right now. Fox Sports Kansas City is supporting the Paul Splittorff Memorial Golf Classic on June 1st at Lakewood Oaks Golf Club. You can purchase sponsorships or golf foursomes to benefit the Wellness Center at St. Mary's Manor. Just call 816-220-4228 or look for Split Golf on Facebook. Duffy gets strike 1 to Leonis Martin.
6 walks are tied for a career high for Duffy.
So he has a rare 0-2 count in this game. Let's see if he can finish off Martin. Martin's batting average down to .214. That's 60 points less than what he hit last year. And they really like his future. Martin was 27 years of age. He defected from Cuba in 2010 and signed a deal with the Rangers. Hit .274 last year with 7 home runs and 40 RBIs in a season that was just torn apart by injury after injury. And the Texas Rangers lost 95 games. There's a breaking ball hit in the air to Gordon in left, and Alex will make the catch for the first out of the 3rd.
Yeah, it's a painful year for the Rangers last season. They had a lot of problems.
Prince Fielder went down early in the season with that neck injury, and then they lost Yu Darvish. They lost him again this year, gone for the season with Tommy John surgery. They lost Profar this year. They lost Shin Soo Choo last year for a time. Derek Holland last year, and again this season.
So Jeff Bannister inherits a team, and none of the players or the personnel even know him. I talked to him before the game about that experience, and what was it like coming in here? And he said, I didn't come in here and say this is how we're going to do things. I just came in here with an open mind and wanted to try to reconnect these players that were experiencing a tough season last year. This team, they had back-to-back American League championships. Went to the World Series. It's a team. Anyway, he talked about how he wanted them to get a new face, more hunger. He wanted guys to buy into what they're doing. No grand plan. Just where do you want to be? Where are we going to be? So he's trying to put together the building blocks.
The Royals were one of the healthiest teams last year and made it to Game 7 of the World Series. The Rangers lost 95. They used the DL 26 times. A major league high, 2,281 days were lost to injury. 833 days more than the next closest team, Arizona. Field pops it up again, left side. Escobar wants it, and there's 2 out. Well, he's already thrown 78. But if he continues what he's done to the last 2 batters, get ahead and finish guys off, what he's done to Martin to get him to fly to left and Field to pop him up. And now going after the first pitch is DeShields, and he fouls it off for strike 1.
Well, this was the scenario that Dave Island didn't hope was going to happen tonight in Duffy's second start. And the first one, he didn't get out of the. I mean, he got through the first inning, but that was it. He says he's hoping that he can learn how to pitch through difficulties, and that's what he's doing. 2 outs here, just try to finish the hitter off. I guarantee you they'll take him as long as they possibly can. 80 pitches, man. That's like the old Danny Duffy. We used to see overthrowing and no command.
Well, Dave Island helped him to be consistent with his arm slot after Tommy John surgery, and he bounced back with a really fine year. And even though he didn't get very much run support, so he was always pitching intense ball games. And after that Detroit game where he pitched so well, allowing 1 run in 7 innings, you thought, oh, here he goes. He's going to hit a nice run. Right there, outside corner at 94, and he strikes out DeShields and has a shutout 3rd inning. But the Royals need 4 to tie as we head to the 4th.
Take a look at some notes from the division leaders. Know how well the Royals are playing. The Yankees are heading to Kauffman Stadium next weekend, and the Astros finally starting to cool down a little bit. But how about the fact that they lead the league in home runs and stolen bases? As for the Yankees, maybe surprising some people a little bit, but the guy that is absolutely getting it done for them in their rotation has been Michael Pineda. And I'm sure you guys saw this one yesterday, but a career high 16 strikeouts for the big guy. Guess who he is playing or facing next? It'll be the Royals on Friday at Kauffman Stadium. 16 strikeouts, too shy of tying the club record. Maybe a former teammate of HUD's, I'm not sure. Ron Guidry.
That's right. Used to get a ride to the ballpark from Gator.
I know, and didn't he teach you how to play the drums?
No, he was great. He showed me it, but he couldn't teach me. But anyway, wonderful job. Pineda, he was tough on the Royals last year, and it'll be the same thing this year coming up.
And I believe the Royals played him right after he had that pine tar incident where he had the pine tar on his neck and was suspended for a game. And it wasn't like he was hiding it. I mean, it was blatant all over the side of his neck.
Didn't need pine tar, I guess.
Nope. Here's the pitch and a foul back by Alcides Escobar. The Royals looking for their first base runner. Kobe Lewis has faced 9, retired all 9. We told you what a good role he has been on of late. He's allowed just 1 run in his last 17 innings. And Escobar is that first Royal to reach. Puts on the brakes. He was thinking about 2, and then the throw came quickly to the cutoff man. So the Royals with 1 on and nobody out here in the 4th inning.
Yep, down 4. There's no need to get forced out there at second base, but a nice big turn anyway. Off-speed pitch. See how he was off balance, but he's able to put the barrel of the bat on it. Good hand-eye coordination there.
I was talking with Escobar and Kendrys Morales before the ball game because Morales was talking about what he noticed about the Royals team. And I said the word that you said was harmony. And Kendrys looked at Escobar, then said it in Spanish, and he said, he shook his head, and Kendrys said yes. He said that's what I noticed most about how everyone likes each other on this baseball team, and they play for one another, and that's why we're able to win tough games like last night. Outside corner. Moose grounded out to second base his first time up. Where they have that short porch in right. Awfully inviting for a power guy like Moustakas. A little bit low.
And interesting to see the Rangers not shifting on Moose, playing straight up.
Is that mainly because of Colby Lewis is the pitcher and the way he wants to work Moustakas?
I think it's just probably their game plan on Moose and Hosmer, some of the other lefties.
Yeah, they sure are pitching Moose away.
Yeah, the fact that Moose has been going to left field more, and some teams are going to challenge him mentally and try to play him on the shift, and then other teams are not. Moose still wearing the pink batting gloves from yesterday.
And that is ball 4. So a good start for Kansas City here in the top of the 4th. A single and a walk.
This Royals offense, they can strike in one swing of the bat. Frenzy hitting team, we know it can happen if they can just get something going like they have been right here.
Fans, you can vote for the Royals Player of the Month at rallyhouse.com, and you will be entered to win a majestic prize pack from Rally House. And certainly Kane was one of the leaders in April. Moustakas won the Player of the Month, and Wade Davis won the Pitcher of the Month. But Lorenzo Cain, hungry for an RBI, he has only won his last 16 games. And he is 0 for his last 9 with runners in scoring position. Still that very good .327 batting average. in there.
Royals #1 in the league with average runners in scoring position, 310. They know what to do. Put it in play. Stay up the middle. That ball was not a good pitch to swing at. Off the plate. A little over anxious.
And now Lewis will try and see if Lorenzo will stretch his strike zone a little bit more. Let's see if it's the same pitch.
0-2. You don't want to give him anything too good.
Well, it is the same pitch, and he swings and misses and strikes out. So a big strikeout here for Lewis in the 4th. Here's Eric Hosmer. Struck out swinging his first time up. Leads the club in RBIs with 25. Right behind him, the man in the on-deck circle, Kendrys Morales, with 23.
Hosmer 2 for 13 in his career off of Lewis.
Ball 1.
The key to facing Lewis here is to really wait. You try to wait. Hosmer really good at hitting the ball straight away into the opposite field, but you really want to wait on this guy. And then if he does leave you something in, you can turn on him. Keep it fair.
Eric is 3rd to Torrey Hunter of Minnesota for the most RBIs in this month of May. He pulls it to the right side, fielded by Blanks. Both runners will advance. Escobar to 3rd and Moustakas to 2nd base, but 2 out now. Colby Lewis just seems to be working the very edges of the strike zone, getting the Royals, who are an aggressive offensive team, to maybe extend their hitting zone a little bit too much.
That's what he's doing. He's picking apart the strike zone, trying to stay out of the middle.
Well, here is Morales. This was the site of his major league debut. You and I were at that ball game broadcasting it for the Angels, and Morales had just been called up from the minor leagues, met with the media, and you could tell how nervous he was, speaking Spanish. But the one thing we noticed, Rex, as soon as he stepped in that batter's box, he was so calm and cool. And he got 3 hits in that first game, including a home run. First hit was a single off Vicente Padilla, and then he later homered to right off of Padilla. And he sends this one up the middle. That will drive in 2. In comes Escobar. Here comes Moustakas to the plate, and he is out. An excellent throw by Martin.
5th outfield assist for Martin. He's got a cannon. He showed it. Perfect throw. It's what it was going to take to get him. Morales, nice piece of hitting there.
routine that would test him.
Better believe that. He picked it up fundamentally correct. Stayed right on top and threw it on the line. Right there. He short hops it or the throws up the first baseline. Moose might have had a shot, but it was perfect.
Royals do get one, scoring Escobar on the base hit by Morales. And here is Chu. First pitch, strike one. Danny walked 6, but the good news is he retired the last 3 he faced. Martin, Field, DeShields, got ahead of all 3 and then finished them off. Good curveball, struck foul, 0-2. You ask the Texas personnel, why is Shin-Soo Choo hitting 189 and they can't give you an answer? I mean, this is a guy who has a career on-base percentage of .400, was hitting in the 280s with Cleveland and with Cincinnati. And then last year dropped all the way to 242 and now all the way to 189. And that's despite the fact, Rex, that he is an 11-game hit streak going. Well, he knocks this one back up the middle for a single. So he's 2 for 3 in this evening's ball game. And the batter will be Elvis Andrus.
Well, Daniels, the general manager here, had a meeting with them and told the media that he was going to start making some changes if they didn't start producing. That was a week ago. They got better. They won some games. And Chu is a veteran on this team. Beltre, Fielder, those are guys that really took that personally and said, you know what, we got to do our job. We're not doing it. And you hate to hear your general manager call you out. Sometimes that happens. Everybody that works for a boss at some particular time is going to make the boss angry, and he's going to tell you how he feels.
And it's not like Chu is just adjusting to a new ball club, because he did it quite well when he was traded from Cleveland and Cincinnati and had the big year where he scored over 100 runs and hit 280 and stealing bases, had an on-base percentage over 400.
Right.
Started out with Cleveland, traded to Cincinnati, and then signed a big deal here in Texas. Andrus is a very good bunter, usually is among the league leaders in sacrifice bunts.
Duffy with a slide step there. He wanted that pitch. Angel Hernandez didn't give it to him. Again, Duffy using his step-off move, trying to find a way to get it out. It's a good move.
Elvis goes after the breaking ball and fouls it off, and the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. He did have Chu down before he singled back up the middle. This is the first of a 4-game series. Tomorrow night, Volquez goes against Nick Martinez. And Danny's next pitch will be his 90th of the game. Now to play right side. And Pino is ready to go if needed. Royals right now still in it, down by 3. He did check his swing. The Royals appeal, and they say he did not swing, so the count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Andrus doubled his first time up to left. One of 6 walks offered by Danny tonight, tying a career high. And then a swing and a miss on a curveball, and he struck him out.
That was nice to see Duffy going to that breaking ball. That's up out of the zone. Kind of fooled him. Andrus looking for something up, but just changing his speeds right there got him off balance. Good spot for it. It's out of the hitting zone.
Last time he threw a great breaking ball to Prince Fielder to strike him out. He goes with the same slider this time, but misses wide of the mark. Ball, no strikes. Fielder had put together a 9-game hit streak, but that ended yesterday. But his team still won 2-1 over the Rays. Fastball well located, 1-1. The Royals won 2 of 3 in Detroit, 6-2 on Saturday, and then 2-1 in 10 innings last night. Another good breaking ball in there, 1-2. That was a pitch that he could not throw even close to the strike zone in the first 2 innings.
Looks like he's settling in a little bit here, finishing up. He knows he's at the end of his rope.
And then he comes after him with a fastball, and Fielder muscles it to left. Gordon makes the catch, and back to first base is Chu. I remember Prince Fielder pulling the baseball a lot in the past, but he's been going to left field quite often tonight and also this entire season. Well, Adrian Beltre's coming up, and Joel has a little bit on Adrian.
Well, you know, guys, one of the things about Adrian is he's so loose. He enjoys the game. You saw it with the dancing feet before. I think maybe even before Miguel Cabrera started doing it, would be the guy that would be pointing to the first or third base umpire looking for an appeal when he's at the plate.
That ball well struck and gone.
Guys, if you watch right now, they're probably going to start messing with him. They always do, and touching his head, see, and he hates that. He's a guy that, just mentioning it, Hud, plays so loose. He's always messing with people, and that allows him to be more free. As we get ready to go to a break here, as Duffy's going to be replaced. Adrian Beltre had 3 bats broken by Garrett Richards last month in a game. So he sent over a $300 invoice to Garrett Richards over on the other side.
Yeah,
he has fun. Our Chevy call to the bullpen brings on Johan Pino. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live or on demand in HD with highlights, live look-ins, and pitch tracking every night on every device. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Well, Johan Pino, who has had success this year, but did take the loss on Friday night in Detroit. Still an ERA of 0.00 because his error was the reason Anthony Goes was able to score all the way from second base in the bunt single by Ian Kinsler.
Yeah, it was a forced error. There was no doubt. He was excited. He wanted to try to make the play. He just came in, you know. Cologne didn't call him off in time. Couldn't get to him before he made the errant throw. No one feels worse than Pino. But he's got a chance again. He's got a chance to impress Ned Yost, eat up some middle innings here, hold him close, and see if the Royals can make another comeback. 10 of their 20 wins are come from behind, so they all know they're capable of doing it.
But because of that error, he still does not have an ERA, 0.00. His job throws strikes. And there is a curveball hit in the air, so Blanks has about, I don't know, Hud, maybe 1,200 feet in fly balls, but all of them have settled in Royal glove.
Out.
Last night he had that critical double in the left center field alley for Chris Young, giving him the early lead. The Tigers would tie it, but you can see Alex, our most trusted player, because he's hitting .333 with runners in scoring position, and the Royals as a team #1 in all of baseball at .310. Alex facing Colby Lewis for the second time. The Royals made good adjustments their second time through the order when Escobar singled, Moose walked, and later Morales singled. Not for a great throw by Leonis Martin in second base, the Royals would have 2.
Lewis, though, throwing strikes, getting ahead of hitters. Next pitch will be his 50th. He went 8 strong innings in his last outing versus the Houston Astros. Just give up 6 hits, and he threw just 87 pitches, so he's really good at throwing strikes and getting ahead.
And he's just a good old boy from Bakersfield, California. Loves to hunt fish and work on old cars, is what he said. Got a '63 Nova. Hunts that Kern River, which has got some good whitewater rafting. Popped up left side by Alex, taken care of by Elvis Andrus. Fans, join us for a book signing with the Royals general manager Dayton Moore this Friday at the Royals Hall of Fame before the Royals take on the Yankees. Meet the architect of the Royals championship revival and get an autographed copy of his new book, More Than a Season. The book signing will be inside the Royals Hall of Fame from 5:30 to 7 this Friday. Get your tickets now at Royals.com or by calling 1-800-6-ROYALS today. And Rex, I'm into the book. I haven't finished it yet, but one thing I really found is how encouraging and empowering the book is. Makes you feel good about last year and very good about your general manager.
Now, and also, you know, the love that he's able to spread around to the community, the whole Kansas City community, and through the book. He's very sharing. I just started the other day. Looking forward to finishing it.
Salvador Perez flips one foul into the seats. But just a man who knows how important character is to winning. I mean, you want your great athletes, but I mean, I don't know how many national writers or broadcasters we run into who talk about how easy it is to talk to the Royals, how much fun they are to watch, and how much fun they have playing the game. Here's the 2-2, and Salvador rips it foul. And Salvador Perez had only 3 months, Rex, in the big leagues when Dayton Moore offered him that long-term contract because he knew how important he would be. I mean, every team has to have a great catcher.
Oh yeah, you could see him when they first drafted him that he was going to be a star player. He's got passion and he's got the skills. Great hand set, good feet.
Yeah, Dave Holtzman, who does the notes for us and is sitting next to us here in the booth, he always puts in his notes a quote that's appropriate for that day. And the quote was from a great manager, Miller Huggins, who talked about great catchers. And he said, a good catcher is the quarterback, the carburetor, the lead dog, the pulse taker, the traffic cop, and sometimes a lot of unprintable things, but no team gets far without one. Salvi will pop it up left side, and Andrus will make the catch on the edge of the outfield grass. 2 outs.
Colby's in his game. He's got him popping up, but he's doing it all when he's ahead in the count. Strike one, strike two all night long. Royals are going to have to be a little bit more aggressive offensively and start trying to put those balls in play and find some holes if they want to get to him, because he's cruising.
His 60th pitch of the night is a strike. I mean, he has the guts to just kind of soft toss one in at 75 miles an hour up in the zone to a guy like Infante, and then come back at 91, which is his best velocity of the night, in the outside corner.
Well, you know, you mentioned the surgery he went through with his hip, and he went through some pain. He tried to pitch through that, and it was bothering him, but then he gave it enough rest in the offseason where it got better, and he's freed up. He's pitching healthy.
He's painting right now, and he's looking like Rembrandt. DraftKings is something new this year in Major League Baseball, and the players to watch. All you have to do is go to DraftKings.com/BRoyal. We're taking a look at Mike Moustakas, who is 0 for 1 with a walk, and Adrian Beltre for the Texas Rangers, who had that 2-run home run. And others we're watching tonight: Neil Walker, who's 1 for 2, and Pablo Sandoval tonight at Oakland.
A couple of pick to clicks already have 2-run homers.
Still a ways to go in this one, but the Royals down by 5, and Pino now beginning his first inning as he finished the 4th. And he's facing Robinson Chirinos, who 3 times tonight has led off an inning with a walk. And all of a sudden he's 3-0 with Pino. There's a strike, 3-1.
Pino's a command guy. 2-seam, 4-seam fastballs down in the zone. 85 to 89. He might touch 90. Slider, curve, and a change.
Just barely missed inside, and a walk. That's 7 walks by the Royal pitchers tonight. 1 by Pino, 6 by Duffy. And Chirinos, who came in with only 9, has already added 3 more. It's the first time with 3 walks in his career. Now Martin, who has walked and scored and fly to left. Strike 1. The Tigers are off today. The Royals began tonight with a 1.5 game lead over the Tigers, and Kansas City 9-6 on the road this year. In the dirt with the off-speed pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike.
That was Pino's, just his first walk. 10 2/3 coming in.
Yeah, he really had shown excellent command, and he did in his minor league career, but a lot of times it was stuff, and he doesn't have one overpowering pitch. And now he takes this one and throws it into center field. Well, the Royals are playing like a tired ball club. An error by their pitcher Pino after he walked the leadoff batter.
So maybe Pino having a little bit of yips on his throws. Threw one away in Detroit the other night. Now the next chance he gets is a routine ball. 2-hopper right back to him. He had a chance to get a double play on that one.
Yeah, and it didn't look like he was on top of the baseball. He kind of slung it from the side and it tailed on him.
He did, and you know what? If he makes an accurate throw, no one says anything where he slung it from. But he missed.
I always go back to your cliche: first man sure, second man quick.
Oh yeah, it's the right idea. But like I said, he obviously has some yips going right now.
Just get that one. And here's Tommy Field, who has walked and popped up. This is his first game with the Texas Rangers. He spent 33 games in the major leagues with the Rockies and the Angels, so not much time over a 3-year period, and always an extra guy, and now at the age of 28 trying to become valuable as a backup infielder.
That's right. He's got a reputation of being a nose in the dirt type of guy. You know, he's got that mentality. Foul ball off a salvage. And you know, he's hoping he can salvage his career and get some time as a utility player.
Just barely outside with the high fastball.
Yeah, Field at 5'9", 175 pounds. He's drawn some comparisons to Jamie Carroll. Remember the Royals had him last year?
Breaking ball.
Was that last season or was that?
I believe it was 2 years ago.
Salvi, excellent job as always keeping that ball in front of him.
Field fouled several Danny Duffy offerings off in the second inning and finally walked. That was the inning where Duffy walked the first 3 batters he faced, and then DeShields lit the double into the left field corner to plate 2. And that ball is smoked to Moustakas, who's coming home, and they have the runner Chirinos in a rundown and tag him out. But moving all the way to third base was Martin.
Well, he hit that ball right on the nose. Moose obviously didn't want to give him another run. Still thinks they can get back into this game, and I like the mentality here. You know, he could have whipped it around the diamond and got 2, but he decided to come home and get Chirinos. Sometimes you just want to run them all the way back to the base. Salvi tried to do that.
You see how Escobar had moved over from short to cover third. And now showing bunt to liner to Shields. He's trying to push that to first. Hosmer, excellent arm at first base. And he was holding the runner, and as soon as he saw DeShields show bunt, he broke in quickly.
DeShields is a speed guy. He can bunt.
One ball, one strike.
He's got a little pop, man. He took a rip there. I played with his dad, Delino DeShields, for the Montreal Expos back in 1990. He got called up to the big leagues, and his dad was a really good baseball player. Got 13 years in the majors.
Well, he'll always be looked at as the guy who was traded to the Dodgers for Pedro Martinez.
Straight up.
And that worked out very well for the Expos.
Sure did. Straight up.
I mean, Pedro became the elite pitcher in baseball. And a Hall of Famer. Tried to push that bunt again to first base rather sharply. And again, Hosmer read it quickly. But now 2 strikes on him, and the Royals can keep Hosmer at first base holding the runner. Moustakas can play back a bit. In celebration of the Negro Leagues, the Royals have partnered with the Negro League Baseball Museum for our annual Salute to the Negro Leagues Day and Dress to the Nines event. This year's event will be this Sunday when the Royals host the Yankees. Dress in your Sunday best and get to the game early because the first 10,000 fans will receive a Monarchs Newsboy hat, courtesy of KSHB. A portion of the tickets sold also benefit the Negro League Baseball Museum. Learn more at Royals.com/special events. Foul back. And we understand there still are several great seats available for that Yankee series. The Royals come home after finishing here in Texas to play the New York Yankees and then have Monday off, then Cincinnati for 2, Thursday off, and then St. Louis comes to town. But the Yankees always get great crowds, and we expect it this weekend, but we want our fans to know that there are plenty of good seats available.
Yeah, come on out and support these young players. They love it.
The 1-2 pitch. We're going to go to first. They thought that Martin with his speed might be going. He's stolen 6 bases this year, and I'm sure they want to stay out of that double play. Tommy Field, excuse me, at first base. Martin Flipped around to third on that ground ball to third. And Pino barely misses low and outside. The runner does go. The pitch taken, and Salvador will not make the throw. So a steal for Tommy Field. And Pino in danger of loading the bases with one out here in the fifth.
You could tell Field was looking like he wanted to run. Salvi could care less. He didn't get the ball he wanted. He's not going to take a chance of throwing one in the outfield, already down by 5.
That was Field's first career stolen base. Pino with the pitch, and he gets a swing and a miss on a changeup on a 3-2 count.
Got the pitch he wanted, the location, and he got an aggressive hitter to swing over the top of it.
Important time to get your first strikeout. Now the Royals must take on Chu, who has 2 hits in the game and now has put together an 11-game hit streak where he's batting over 300. Ball 1. But this is the first time that he's faced Pino. The 2 hits have him close to that Mendoza line. A strike evens the count at 1-1. Fouled off. Now the 1-2 pitch in the dirt, and again it was the off-speed pitch thrown by Johan Pino. That was the pitch he struck out Delino DeShields on for the second out. Martin at third and Field at second base. Whistled foul. He came in enough to where there wasn't much that Chu could do at that pitch other than foul it off.
That's right. You can see where Salvi's setting up. He's trying to bury him in. Wants to get a little jam shot or pop him up. And those fans down that right field line, they didn't have long to adjust to that one. The ball was right in their lap.
In there again with the off speed, strikes out Chu and gets out of trouble here in the 5th inning. Well, we are deep in the heart of Texas where everything is big. That's a 2-pound hot dog with cheese and chili cheese and something you wouldn't find at Whole Foods. the entire family. But that guy ordered the boomstick, 2-pound hot dog.
That's a real dog, Texas style.
And of course, the 6th inning is our Sonic Slam inning. Our contestant is Crystal Morgan from St. Joe, Missouri. If the Royals hit a home run in this inning, Crystal, you'll win $1,100 and a Texas boomstick. But if the Royals hit a grand slam out of the park, Crystal will win $25 grand from Sonic and the Kansas City Royals.
And 2 boomsticks.
Yeah. The Royals need a boomstick. How about loading the bases and then a boom? Rod Dyson robbed of a hit his first time up. He swings and pops this one up foul territory, but it will get back into the seats. But he scalded the baseball his first time up, and Kyle Blanks, the first baseman, laid out and made a marvelous play and recorded the final out of the 3rd.
See if the backswing got the catch. Ooh, yeah, clipped him right on the jaw. Ooh.
He needed time to gather his wits, so he goes out and talks to Colby Lewis. And did you see he has painted like fluorescent orange on his fingernails, so when he puts the signs down, Colby Lewis can see it a little easier.
That's right. Salvi has some nail polish on, or paint, whatever you want to call it, as well. It's a little bit easier to see.
Yeah, but it doesn't go with his shoes, so bad ensemble.
Guys usually don't care about how it matches as long as they get the signs right. But again, Colby Lewis working ahead, pitching off of the plate.
And barely missing with a fastball.
Wow. That's right where he wanted. He expected Dyson to hit it. If he pulls it, it's a ground ball in the infield.
Rod again knocks it foul. Royals would love to get a speed guy on. Lewis threw 5. Has thrown a total of 68 pitches. He's given up 2 hits. The 1 run came in the 4th when Morales singled in Escobar, but Martin threw out Moustakas. And there goes Gerard Dyson to right field, but not deep enough, and Chu runs it down at the warning track.
Dyson got a pitch he could handle 3-2 there. Just he couldn't quite get it out there far enough. 377. That's what it is here in the gap. 407 right center, 404 straight away here. 390 in the left field power gap.
Escobar was the Royals' first base runner when he singled to open the 4th, and Moustakas walked. A couple of outs later, Morales got the hit to knock in Esky.
See how calmly Lewis is. He's again 0-2, strike 1 with any of his pitches. He's doing exactly what Mike Maddox wants him to do as pitching coach. With the lead. That was close there. Where did that miss?
And then he came in on Escobar, and the Royals and Rangers have been hit more than any other team. So Escobar gets hit, and remember, he was missing 7 games because of a concussion after Danny Salazar threw a 96-mile-an-hour fastball and hit him in the head.
0-2, he's trying to come in. He wasn't trying to clip him, but Escobar was leaning in and couldn't quite get out of the way. Hit him on his right forearm.
It's the 25th time the Royals have been hit this year. The Rangers right behind at 23. Moustakas the batter. He checks his swing on a strike. seeing a lot of Royals fans away from the K. Team in first place at 20-11. This is the third fastest in franchise history that the Royals have been able to get to 20 wins. They did it in their 31st game, tying the 1973 Royals, the third fastest to get there. Of course, that 2003 team was the fastest to get to 20 victories. Lewis just grazed the outside corner with a good curveball. He throws his fastball 62% of the time, his slider next most at 24, and then the curve. And now he tries to quick pitch Moose and throws it well high.
I think he was doing that more to get the strikeout than keep Escobar from stealing.
Well, he walked Moustakas last time up, and he's in danger of walking him again. He has a 3-2 count. And the last two pitches have not even been close, and that was after just barely missing with the previous ones. And Moose goes the opposite field, but not deep enough. And backing up is Delino DeShields to take care of it for out number 2. So here is Lorenzo Cain, who is 0 for 2 tonight with a ground out and strikeout. Thought he was on that pitch.
He's going to get a strike all night.
He really worked Lorenzo with the breaking ball down and away and struck him out that last time up. Another fastball away and down, and then fouled off in an 0-2 count.
Lewis mixed in a slide step there.
He has only missed with 26 of the 81 pitches he's thrown. That was the pitch he struck out Cain on, but this time Lorenzo has the discipline to lay off. Again, the breaking ball. Good pick by Chirinos, Lewis's catcher.
Chirinos, he's impressive. He's got good hands back there. He's got a chance to have a good future as a catcher. He's not real big, so he's agile. He can move. He's got a nice throwing arm. Last season, he threw out over 36% of the runners.
Well, here in Texas, every young catcher is always compared to the great Ivan Pudge Rodriguez, who won so many Gold Gloves. And there's that breaking ball that is slipped foul by Lorenzo. I mean, Pudge was as good as it gets, and you were a base runner in that era.
Yeah, you know, Pudge is an assistant here to the general manager, John Daniels. There he is right there.
A couple of years ago, Joe Goldberg had a chance to interview Pudge with Salvador Perez, and I mean, he had glowing things to say about Salvi, and also the things that Salvi had to do to continue and have a long-term career and stay away from injury. Tried to jam Kane with a fastball at 89. But I don't think I remember a catcher getting rid of it in and out of his glove so quickly as Pudge did.
Yeah, they're similar, Salvador and Pudge, as far as the intensity level goes. The passion, the attention to detail, focus, all that stuff.
Now the 2-2 pitch, and it is fouled off, and that was the biggest mistake, best opportunity for Lorenzo in this particular at bat, as Lewis's most of his offerings have been awfully close, but on the edges of the plate. This time he caught most of the plate. So 24 pitches this inning.
Locane's making him work here. He's got a nice little at bat going. He wants to win it. See if he can entice Lewis into making a mistake. Try fastball away. And again, another souvenir for the fans. And a broken bat.
Lorenzo makes his home a little bit north of here in Norman, Oklahoma. A young lady from that area. That's where the Oklahoma Sooners hail. Married. They had their first child during the playoffs last year, and that was really a storied event because it was during the American League Championship Series, and Lorenzo was taking batting practice in Kansas City and then drove to Norman to see the birth of his child and then catch a flight to Baltimore. And he got about, I think it was 4 hours sleep in a 72 hours period. Came in and just raked in Baltimore.
Yeah, he did.
And he swings and misses here and strikes out. The Kane's gone. So are the Royals. In the land of the great Pudge. By Steel outdoor power equipment quality, reliability, and value. Search Steel. By your Midwest Ford dealers. Visit us at yourmidwestforddealers.com. And by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Right stuff, low price every day. Well, a fine catch by Alex Gordon in left field and a drive by Elvis Andrus. And so there's one down to open the sixth inning. Let's go to Joel.
Well, guys, we saw something kind of unique last night. Luke Hochevar appearing in a game without ever throwing a pitch. He said that he started to jog in and felt the rain picking up, so he picked up his run, and he'd been warming up quite a while the half inning before, so he was already really warm. Said after 4 pitches to Salvi, just throw it down, I'm good to go. Then the rain came. He said, guys, that he was on the bike, had a heat pad, a hot pad on to try to stay loose, but first time back-to-back appearances, there's no way that they were going to do that. He said he's never been involved in something like that before. He's the third ever Royal to appear in a game officially without actually throwing a pitch. The others, Ramon Ramirez in 2008, Steve Stemley in 2005. And for those wondering about, don't you have to throw a pitch? I talked to one of the umpires for today's game who said it's in their guidelines, in their manual, that if there's any kind of delay, they are allowed to come back in, but they do not have to come back in, even if it's a quick rain delay.
So it was an appearance without an appearance. He appeared in the box score.
He appeared in the box score, but never threw a pitch. Luke said he's never been through anything like that before.
Fielder with his first hit of the game. He's now 1 for 4. Here's Adrian Beltre, and he has our Jeep drive of the game, which came back in the 4th inning.
Opposite field shot off a Duffy. High fastball. Let her high. He tomahawked it. And that's a really nice top hand. Came through on that one. Let the ball travel deep and got it off.
First pitch by Pino is in there for strike 1. I really like the decisions that Ned Yost made last night. He knew Luke Hochevar is only 14 months removed from the Tommy John surgery. He didn't want to threaten him at all. And then he was faced with another difficult situation, which was really messed up by, I'm not sure if it was Detroit or the umpires getting the wrong information from the weather service. But we watched Jason Frazier warm up down in the bullpen. And I mean, he was maxing out because Ned Yost had been told. The umpire said, we're going to start the game in 15 minutes. They cleared the tarp. They got the field ready. Frazier was all lathered up. And then they covered the field again. And my goodness, was Ned ticked off.
Yeah, and you know, Frazier, he's not a young guy either. He's not one of the young relievers. That ball's going to find the middle. But for Frazier to do what he did really was a tremendous effort. I mean,
he had 30 pitches.
Yeah, he did all he could do. I asked him, "What did you do?" In the clubhouse after. He goes, "Nothing. I just kind of kept the coat on and tried to just stay as loose as I could. But you just got to go out and perform. Keep it simple. Don't think about it."
He was able to get James McCann with the bases loaded to get him out. But Ned was telling us before the game, Rex, that he was really chapped by having to halt Hochevar and then bring Frazier back in that situation. And he goes, I was in the dugout and I was steamed. And Salvador came up to him and he goes, what's wrong with you? And I said, I'm mad. And he goes, don't worry, I got everything figured out. It was young Salvador Perez who came to the rescue.
Yeah, well, the umpire told Ned, hey, look, I know you had a window, but it closed.
Yeah.
Nothing we can do. The weather's unpredictable at times.
And Ned said, Salvi then said, relax, I got this. He was a great kid.
He is.
On his 25th birthday. There is a fastball that runs in on Kyle Blanks, who is 0 for 3 tonight. 3 long fly balls. 2 to the wall where Alex Gordon had to reach up, pull it down. The other one to dead center field. And that one is foul. Big guy out of Yavapai Junior College in Arizona. Last year he split the season with the Padres and Oakland A's at 2 home runs and drove in 7 in limited action. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Misses with the curveball. We saw Pino last year with the Minnesota Twins start against Kansas City and pitch well. He spent almost 10 years in the minor leagues. Came in on blanks.
Surprised him a little bit. I don't know if I've got a little piece of salvia or not, but sure, certainly surprised Banks.
That's not enough money for that Boomer dog. Try to jam him again. They appeal and they say blanks did not go. And so now Texas will have the bases loaded with 1 out in the 6th inning. The Royals have walked 8. And their pitching staff has been very good in that area this year. They came in with 93 walks and 216 strikeouts, but 8 walks in this game. Duffy walked 6. Pino has now walked 2. So Chirinos, who has already set a career high with 3 walks. 6 walks was the previous high for the Royals this year, and they have 8 tonight. Tired team getting in late. But Duffy was well rested, and there's a swing and a pop up on the infield. Hosmer comes in. Salvi wants it and takes it. And the infield fly rule was in effect with the bases loaded. Now Martin, who's been on twice with a walk, he also reached on the error by the pitcher Pino. And he hit a ground ball back to him, and it looked like a sure 1-6-3 double play, but Pino threw it into center field. Strike 1.
I'm not so sure if it's Colby Lewis who's pitching such a good game against our offense that's not the reason. I don't know if that lack of sleep.
No, I'm just talking about the walks, the errors, the pitching behind in the count.
Yeah, I think pitching for the Royals has just not been good tonight. Even though Pino's doing a pretty good job.
And when Duffy was falling behind, the infielders got flat-footed. There was a sure double play that Escobar usually turns.
Yep.
He was able to get the force at second base. But that happens when you have a pitcher throw 48 pitches like Duffy did in the second.
Regardless, not the typical first game of the series that we're used to seeing. Royals have won all their first games of the series this year except for the one in Detroit.
They were able to get Saturday and Sunday, and they won another series. Good pitch by Pino as he worked him up in the zone, strikes him out, leaves the bases loaded. It's still Texas by 5 over KC. The Rangers with a 6-1 lead over the Royals. We start the 7th inning, and Eric Hosmer will lead things off. He has struck out and grounded out against Colby Lewis, who has allowed the Royals only 2 hits tonight. First pitch, breaking ball, strike 1. Boy, if you put a stick in the ground where that strike zone edge is, he'd knock it down.
Oh, he's thrown first pitch strikes all night. 17-22 now.
A little bit low with the fastball, and a 2-1 count now to Hosmer. And then he goes to left field well, and that's a base hit that will get to the wall. Haas quickly around first and on his way to second, where he has yet another double. For Eric, that's number 9 this year. Morales leads the team with 10. Our cuts of the game, Colby Lewis. It's brought to you by Sprint. The Royals been taking those cuts and fishing for pitches that were right in the corners or below.
5 strikeouts for Lewis.
Mike Maddox out for a visit with Colby. As Kendrys Morales is the one guy who knocked in a run. Kella is warming up in the bullpen, and they really like his future. He's a young guy from the Pacific Northwest. Lewis tried to go away from Haas.
Very nice. And stayed inside the ball. Looked like he was trying to hit the ball that way all the way. Let that ball travel towards the catcher's glove and put a nice swing on it.
Morales skies it in the air right side. Chu trots in. He'll make the catch, and Hosmer stays at second. Now Gordon, who's popped up twice. Royals having 4 here in Texas, then come home to face the New York Yankees. We encourage fans from throughout the Midwest to get their tickets, because we understand great seats still available for that Yankee series. Gordon with 3 home runs, 16 driven in.
Seen a few quick pitches out of the stretch from Lewis with runners on. That's just an abbreviated slide step.
Yeah, that one quick pitch he did not show very good command with, and then went away from that. But the most taxing inning was the 6th, and that's when he hit Escobar, but he was able to have long duels with Moustakas and with Kane. He was able to record outs on both. You would think this would be his final inning with his injuries in the past. He had the shoulder problem he had surgery on back in 2012 and spent all of 2013 on the year recovering from elbow surgery. And then the hip surgery last year, and Gordon will walk, only the 2nd walk of the ball game issued by Lewis. Royals fans, next time you're looking for great seats like this weekend against the Yankees, get to StubHub, where there are no surprise fees at checkout. That's right, on StubHub. The price you see is the price you pay. Every ticket, every day. Plus, with the StubHub app, you can buy and sell Royals tickets anytime, anywhere, right from your smartphone. So get the StubHub app today and go Royals. StubHub, the official fan to Ticket Marketplace of the Kansas City Royals. Salvi takes strike one.
You can hear the Royals fans breaking out the "Let's Go Royals" chant.
One big swing would bring the Royals right back in it with 2 on and 1 out. That was his 100th pitch, and it's knocked to third. Beltre goes second, 1, first base, double play.
We see Milwaukee right now, slugfest with the White Sox. Baltimore beats Toronto. Yankees, Fizz's Yankees, 11-5 over Tampa, and Boston and Oakland are scoreless. Our Mazda game break. Well, it was a bit of a home run fest for Baltimore, as it often can be at Camden Yards. This one from Adam Jones as he goes deep. Machado hit one, Chris Davis, and Adam Jones with homers in that game. Here, well, Fizz, I know you don't like the Yankees. You're a Royals. No Royals person likes the Yankees.
No. Back in the 70s when the Royals should have won it all, and they had that great team in 78, and it's always New York and Chambliss, and that's why when George took Goose deep in 1980, the Physiak household there was joy in Mudville.
Right. We just have to be able to let it go, Fizz.
There's Tommy Field, and he swings and hits one high and deep, and that's gone. Tommy Field, who hit 5 in the minor leagues, hits his first in the major leagues.
Congratulations, young man. He also stole his first base in his career earlier in the game. And that fan who caught that ball, it'd be nice if he would give it back to him. Right down the middle. 87. Good swing. Didn't try to do too much. Just put the barrel on it. Let the ball carry. That's a backspin.
And the next batter, Delino DeShields, hits one to center field that Kane will be able to run down. And there's one out. Pino came on in the 4th inning and has thrown shutout baseball until that home run by Tommy Field, which gives Texas a 6-run lead. Now Shin Soo Choo, and Pino comes high and tight. Johan with 56 pitches. And obviously he'll probably be lost for the rest of this series, and the Royals will need a long reliever. So it'll be interesting on the decisions that they make. They really need their starters to go deeper. About this time last year they had 17 quality starts, and they only have 11 this year, and swing and a miss. But that's why Chris Young so valuable, his signing and what he has meant to the team, both as a long reliever and as a starter in his 2 outings as a starting.
I'll say you always got to have
the
one good long player, or guy long man in the bullpen, but also 2. He's been needed this year so far.
There is Chris Young and his line from last night, 6 solid innings, only 1 run allowed, and it was unearned. And a strikeout of Chu, who has 3 tonight to go with his 2 hits. His ERA is a microscopic 0.78. He's allowed 2 earned runs in 23 innings this year. I think he'll see more time.
Absolutely.
And that's the great news on Jason Vargas' injury. It was not that serious. And Ned Yost even went on to say that if it was in September, it was something that Jason would likely fight through. But this time of the season, they can let Jason rest, bring him back, work on the side of Dave Island, and get that, as you say, his surgical tools out and carve up the opposition.
That's right.
Andrus swings and misses at an 89-mile-an-hour fastball and strikes out. But Tommy Field, with his first Major League home run, has given Texas a 7-1 lead. Fox Sports Live will get you caught up on NHL and NBA playoff action and today's Major League Baseball games. You can see Fox Sports Live tonight on Fox Sports 1 or see it simulcast right here on Fox Sports Kansas City. Tomorrow night, Edinson Volquez will make his first start after he had to leave because of a blister, which really made his command go off in his last outing. His worst start of the year against Nick Martinez has pitched very well in his young career with Texas. This is our Chevy call to the bullpen. It's Keone Kela, who is out of Everett Junior College in the Pacific Northwest of Seattle, 12th round pick in 2012, and he's really pitched well at late. A 1.8 ERA.
He's got a good arm. Mid-90s. He's got a nice curveball that he hasn't shown Infante yet. Occasional changeups, but it's a pretty nice combination of hard fastballs, curveballs.
He had one tough loss against the Angels when David Freese hit a game-winning home run in the 7th off Kela. There's a fly ball to the right side that will find the seats. But his last 7 games have gone very well. 1 unearned run in 7 1/3 innings, dropping his season ERA from 3.5 to the current 1.8, and opponents are only 1 for 15 off of him in that 7-game stretch. They want him to be that 7th inning guy. Now he is their 8th inning guy tonight, and there's a ground ball up the middle that will find center field, and Infante is on for the first time. Only the Royals' 4th hit of the year.
Dyson's just finishing up the 3rd time through the order this late in the game. It's unusual because the Royals are such a good offensive team that they usually are up 4 times by now.
Yeah, they came in leading the league in batting at 290. 2nd in runs scored with 156, but held to just 2 last night and 1 so far this evening. Hot foul backing out of play, and we all talk about the Royals getting at 6 o'clock in the morning and to Texas, and it reminds us of 2 years ago when the Royals had that amazing victory in St. Louis where the players were literally helping the grounds crew dry the field at St. Louis, and the Royals got the game in and eventually won the game, but they got it to Dallas around 7 o'clock in the morning.
Kind of throws your night off a little bit. Just a little flashback.
Jeremy Guthrie and Alex Gordon were out there, and there's Miguel Tejada.
That was 2 years ago.
2 years ago, and Country Joe West. But that got the Royals on a little bit of a roll. Oh, there's a bat lost by Dyson. And they came here, and even though they were exhausted, Hud, they would lose 2 of 3, but after that the club really started playing well.
Well, they surprised Dyson on his hands.
And that St. Louis series was George Brett's first. He and Pedro Grifol took over as the co-hitting instructors. One-two pitch is in the dirt. And George had always said that Pedro worked on the mechanical side, the physical side of the hitting instruction, and George worked on the mental side, the encouragement, the empowerment.
That's right, and that was important.
How to think the game, how to let the bat go,
how to handle failure. Exactly.
Good pitch by Kellen. He strikes out Gerard Dyson.
Okay, he saved that changeup for the right time, and that was it.
So we head back to the top of the order, and Escobar, who's been on twice with a single, and he was then hit by a pitch. And Keller starts him off with a breaking ball that is called a strike by first base umpire Scott Berry. He said he went. I don't think Infante's going anywhere down 6.
No.
Franklin Morales might be coming on in the bottom of the 8th inning as Pino has thrown a lot of pitches in his 3 1/3 innings of work. And that ball stroked well by Escobar, and that will get all the way to the wall. Infante turns third and comes home, and the Royals cut the lead to 7-2.
Seventh double on the year for Escobar. He got his top hand on that fastball. Martin in center couldn't run it down. Good swing, nice and smooth. Barely picked up his front foot at all. Just kept it down, used his hands. Good lower half position. Brings Infante all the way around from first.
And it's really good to see him swinging the bat well, coming off of that 7-day concussion DL. He has 6 hits in the 4 games since coming back.
It's almost like Escobar's making up for the lost time. He's really aggressive up there.
Boy, he had that outstanding game on Saturday with the leadoff home run and then 2 brilliant plays at short to help the Royals beat the Tigers 6-2. Moose has been on once. Surrounding that walk, he's grounded out and flied out. And he chases a breaking ball thrown by Kella. Strike 1. Lewis went 7 innings, gave up 1.
It's like there's a little mix up in the signs.
That's Alex Claudio. And he has a rather funky delivery, but man, has he been tough on lefties in his young career. Lefties this year only have 1 hit. Moustakas to center field, but not deep enough. Back to pull it in. Is the center fielder Martin, who I think thought that was the 3rd out of the inning. Escobar tagged at second base and easily went to 3rd. And now Martin's saying, yeah, that's 2 outs now.
Yeah, Escobar picked it up. He was going to score on him.
He kind of like nonchalanted it, like catch and put his head to the side.
Yeah, he's going back on the ball. He definitely thought that was it. And Escobar saw that. He took off from second base. And then Martin quickly got the ball in.
Now Lorenzo Cain, who goes after a breaking ball, and he fouls the first pitch off. Strike 1. We were talking about that adventure in St. Louis and getting in late into Arlington about 7:30 in the morning 2 years ago. Well, the Royals lost that first game by a final of 7-2. And the current score here is 7-2 after the Royals got in late from Detroit last night at 6 a.m. By the time we put our heads down, it was about 6:30 or 7. Another swing and a miss, and Cain is swinging at a lot of pitches out of the strike zone tonight. We'll be right back. Johan Pino went 3 1/3, gave up 1 after Danny Duffy had a real rugged outing in his 3 2/3 innings, giving up 6 runs and 6 walks. But there's Morales' numbers this year with a 3-0 record.
See if he can finish it off. Fastball slider. To the big fella on deck.
Prince Fielder tonight is 1 for 4. He flied out, struck out with another fly ball to Alex Gordon in left, and then singled his last time up the middle. So the batting average is up there, but the power numbers are not. And this is a guy who one year hit 50 home runs back in 2007, and he was young and working for Ned Yost, skipper then at Milwaukee. 290 home runs in his career, and he swings and drives this one high and deep, and that ball is home run number 3 for him this season. Well, Prince Fielder brought the lumber to home plate. To you by Yellowwood. First pitch, bam.
Yep, knew the fastball was coming. Obviously, he's sitting all over it. Didn't miss it.
So Texas now with an 8-2 lead in the bottom of the 8th inning. And Beltre up for the 5th time. He's been on base 3 times with a walk, home run, single. And there's that slider from Morales that misses in. Franklin, a very valuable pitcher for Kansas City because he can start, but right now a middle reliever, a left-handed specialist.
Well, looking at the numbers against lefties, they're hitting .381, and that was his first home run he's given up to a lefty.
And that's unusual because for his career coming into the season, left-handers had only hit .213 against Morales. But he got one up in the strike zone of that man, and Prince Fielder hit it 411 feet to center field.
Oh, wow. Come on, baby. You better than that.
Too short. Escobar will throw him out. 1 down. Again tomorrow night, Volquez, and Rex, it will be interesting on how he bounces back from that blister that he suffered on his pitching hand, because you wonder how much work he had on the side with Dave Island.
Well, from what I heard, he's fine. It's not an issue whatsoever. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, the medical staff put some kind of ointment on it that hardened that blister up.
It's best medical staff in baseball. They know exactly what they're doing. And it's not the first time he's ever had this before. So right away after that start he said it wouldn't be a problem at all. And then through a side session, and he said it wasn't an issue. So.
Well, that's great because, boy, his stuff has really been electric early. 94, 95 with his fastball. Very good curve. And an excellent changeup. One of the best in the game by a right-hander.
They'll need him to eat up some innings tomorrow for sure.
Yeah, the bullpen had to work a lot after Duffy only went 3 2/3 and had another wild outing, tying a career high with 6 walks, including 4 in 1 inning. Good off-speed pitch, and he strikes out Blanks. So Blanks 0 for 4 tonight with a walk. And the batter will be Robinson Chirinos, who has walked 3 times and popped up. Grounded to third. Moose has it. Crossy got him. After the home run, Morales gets the side 1, 2, 3, and we head to the ninth. Royals trail it by 6. Produced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Royals. Stay with us because Boulevard Rose Live will be coming up following the ball game. So Goldberg will be along for that. And he'll be talking about tomorrow night's pitching matchup with Volquez facing Nick Martinez. And here is Alex Claudio. He has one funky delivery, really tough for left-handers. Opponent's only batting 143 off Claudio. He will face Eric Hosmer, then turn Morales around, and then another lefty in Alex Gordon. Carlos Peguero takes over in right field for Shin Soo Choo. Peguero, of course, with the Royals last season. Strike one.
Yep, easy side armor, different arm angles he'll use. 83 to 87, not overpowering, but he's very difficult, like you said, to pick up.
And Hosmer knocks it to the right side. Blanks will give it up to Claudio. 1 out.
It's about the deception. It's about the movement. Having a hard time picking up the release point from the lefty who flings it from sidearm. Big breaking ball, different angles. He'll not just throw from side. He'll come up a little bit too, just to give hitters different looks.
He's a 23-year-old lefty out of Puerto Rico. And because he hails from that island, he is eligible for the draft. Was drafted in the 27th round by Texas. He really was terrific in the minor leagues with this kind of delivery against young lefties who couldn't figure him out. And now Morales, who's a switch hitter, turns things around and bats from the right side. Kendris 1 for 3 on the evening. That was a single in the 4th inning that drove in Escobar. Knock foul. And that one is sent right to Tommy Field. 2 out. Tommy will long remember this game. His first as a Ranger after growing up in the state of Texas, going to high school in Waco and college down in San Marcos, and then playing a little bit with the Colorado Rockies and the Angels. But in his first game back with his hometown team, the Texas Rangers, he went deep. A home run to left center field.
And got his first Major League stolen base.
Yep. 2 firsts. Gordon takes a strike at the knees. Alex, the Royals' last hope. Even if they lose this game, they'll still have a lead of 1 game over the Tigers because Detroit idle tonight. They had that long game, but just had to drive home in the Motor City and have today off. Royals had to get on the bus, head to the airport, and fly to Dallas, get in at 5 a.m. and by the time the trucks got our bags there, it was 6 o'clock in the morning. Claudio has Gordon down, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And then teases Alex away at 69 miles an hour with a breaking ball. He doesn't have much velocity on his fastball, mid-80s, but everything has a lot of movement on it, and he throws the ball where he wants to. He tried to get Alex to stretch his strike zone on those sweeping sliders. And then he walks Gordon with 2 out in the 9th inning.
That's 2 walks for Alex tonight. He'll take it.
But this night belonged to Colby Lewis, who continues his great run. He's allowed just 2 runs in the last 21 innings. Salvador Perez tonight 0 for 3. Now Claudio has to face 2 right-handers in a row, and Perez, and if he gets on, Omar Infante. Grounded to short, they get the force, and Texas wins game 1 of this 4-game series. Final score 8-2, Texas over KC. Tommy Field got his first Major League stolen base and his first Major League home run. We'll be right back.